Hello, everybody, and welcome to Boundary Line Podcast. My name is Dylan, and I got Shane and Sheldon with me on the show today.
That season again, isn't it? IPL around the corner, auction on Thursday, and yeah, so excited.
Everyone's eyeing the auction, so we are gonna discuss the teams and who are they likely gonna buy and where they stand as of now. So, jumping straight right to it, we are gonna be discussing one of the top four teams, which is RCB. They came fourth last year. And Sheldon, what do you need to say about the team?
Yeah, couple of key players they retained this season, RCB, and but some surprise retaining as well. They retained Joshua Philippi, even though they sold players like Finch and Mohin and Philippi, a very surprised guy they retained. And then what about you? When you looked at that team, what do you think about the guys they retained?
I thought it was a mixed bag for me. They shouldn't have let Moeen Ali go, I thought, because this year when it was happening in India, I thought Moeen Ali could be an advantage for them. So probably RCB's owners must be thinking, probably made a bad decision by letting them go. Who are going to be the guys they're going to eye in this year's auction, Shane?
As we know, with RCB, they've always had a problem with their pace department. Everybody keeps saying the same thing year in, year out. Right from that first auction when Vijay Mallya kept raising his paddles for every batsman he found and every big name. And RCB has shown us every year that the more you bid on big names based on a recent performance, the more you're going to pay the price for poor scouting. So one thing I feel they have to work on truly is their pace department. They currently have Kane Richardson, Harshal Patel, Siraj Saini. These are guys who are on and off. You can't get consistently less than 30 runs and one or two wickets up front. They can't give you that consistently. But there are people in the market like Jhye Richardson, for example, who can make a difference in that regard. So they should look at a gun fast bowler. And the other thing I would like to mention with most teams going around is that the big bash happens just before the IPL. And then people want to bring men from the big bash. We've seen it happen with Chris Lynn, and it didn't work with KKR. We've seen it happen with Philippi, and it didn't work with RCB. So even Finch does well in the big bash, and then he comes to the RCB and he's hot and cold here and there. Maxwell, again, there's no guarantee of him firing. So these Australian names, Darcy shot another example with Rajasthan. The thing with Australians, there's no guarantee that just because you had a fantastic big bash season, you're going to come here and shoot for runs or shoot for wickets. Daniel Sam's another example. Keeping things very straight to the point. Get a fast bowler for RCB, a gun fast bowler who can give you 4 overs, 20 runs, less than 30 runs, and give you wickets in the power play. Someone like a Deepak Chahar, if they could get a player like that, that would be awesome for them.
Yeah, the only thing guaranteed with the Aussies are sledging.
But Sheldon, I think RCB are going to eye someone like Maxwell this time, right?
Yeah, I've been seeing, he's been tweeting Maxwell that he wants to play with AB de Villiers. I mean,
who does?
We've seen it in the past with us. Yeah, we've seen it in the past with RCB. Any big batsman, let's pick him and hope that he can come into the team and just fire straight. But that's never a problem, their batting. As Shane said, it's their bowling.
Exactly.
Get a good quality bowler.
Exactly.
Get a bowling attack that can win you games, like Hyderabad. Hyderabad have a bowling attack that can win games. Chennai, bowling attack that can win you games. Mumbai, bowling attack that can win you games. RCB don't have that.
Exactly.
So they should target a bowler who, I feel, Shane said a good bowler and Jhye Richardson pace. I think a similar bowler, Mark Wood, maybe with pace, who can trouble the batsman.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a T20 like specialist bowler, someone like Sheldon Cottrell, a different addition to RCB's bowling.
Yeah.
Just someone to add some X factor.
I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. Fingers crossed. I hope they get someone really do well this time for them and don't break any more hearts. And hopefully this time they lift the cup. But obviously, hoping RCB to do well in this year's auction. As we know, they've got a new management and things like that. So expecting them to do well at least this year in the auction.